David Hartman coming to you from Mount Dora, Lake County, Florida. Wonderful day here on Donnelly Street, one of their main drags, full of shops and restaurants, and then full of festival tents during their biggest festivals. They are the festival city. Turn you around here, some of the creative shops on the right. And then down there is the lakefront, normally a parking area to hang out at the lake and see their historic lighthouse, the only inland lighthouse in Florida. Tonight it's closed off because there's a concert. Artemis Pyle, the drummer of the original Leonard Skinner band's playing, and we're going. We just found out about it and bought tickets. This is the historic district of Mount Dora. I'm going to give you a quick taste of the restaurants and the places to hang out. Really quaint. No festival this weekend. The concert's a separate thing. There's a farmer's market every Sunday in the summertime at one of the parks just up the road. And this is just one of the quaintest little towns in Florida. Historic too. As I said in the show, been around since the 1870s. A lot of the historic buildings are still here. A lot of the facades are still here, just cleaned up and redone. You gotta love the palm trees mixed in. And there's a lot to explore here. My show from Green, Texas, check it out May 15th. Much smaller town, much smaller downtown shopping area. This one goes a few different directions. The street next door, going the other way, I'll show you in a second. Alexandria, which is parallel to here. That one's used primarily for the smaller festivals. And the bigger festivals, they'll put them on all these streets, close the streets down and use the parks next door. Alexandria is that way. And I love the signs here. Showing you what's what, showing you where to go. In the main drag we came in, I guess you got a pointer. The main drag is that way, the main highway, 441. Then old 441 is also where you can come in here. Oh, Segway tours, check it out. That's so cool. And more of these great signs. Definitely a walking town. We're parked in a parking garage, very safe and secure in shade. There's all tight parking on the street and a parking lot for events. But I would park in the parking garage. Next up, we'll show you more of the shops and restaurants here in Mount Dora, Florida. Hey, we're live. David Hartman. Thought I'd give you a teaser to start the show. We're trying to work out our lighting and our background here at the Lakeside Inn in Mount Dora. Glad you could join us today. Got a few of those videos to show you guys in this amazing historic city. And look at this view behind me. It's amazing. So thank you all for being on board. As always, like this when you see it and comment. And just really enjoy this tour of a place that was founded in 1874 by one of the settlers, was called Dora, and it's on a big plateau. Hence why it's called Mount Dora. Appreciate you guys being on. As always, enjoy our social media and all the channels that we have. I'll give you a quick slideshow right here of all the things that we do. So today's all about Mount Dora. The historic district is just northwest of Orlando. It's a great day trip from Disney World, Orlando theme parks. And it's an amazing place of shops, restaurants, historic hotels, and festivals. They are the festival city. I'm going to show you a history of Mount Dora, talk about that a little bit, show you the different shops we visited today. We've been here all day hanging out. And then we're going to talk about the festivals they do. I'll show you the different monikers. There's one every month, not this month. And we're going to a concert tonight. Artemis Pyle, the drummer of Leonard Skinner, is playing tonight. We just found out when we arrived here, bought tickets online, and we're going tonight. So stay tuned for a live stream later for my David W. Hartman feed. So it's going to be awesome. So I want to continue the street tour. And as you see, we're still adjusting our set here. We're here on the beautiful deck of the Lakeside Inn. This building is 1883. And the buildings behind me are 1929, a very historic inn. I recommend staying here when you come here because you're walking distance to all the things I'm showing you right now. So the first video I started was Donnelly Street. And I want to continue on where we had lunch. And check out this place. It's a little photo tour, a little bit of music of the Windsor Tea Room and Restaurant. And this place is so quaint, so cool. I actually saw this place on my first visit in 2013. And the history of this place really revolves around places like this. 1874, they founded it. Railroad came in soon after. One of the founders named it after their kids. Dora was a big historic person in this town. They named it after her. It's on a plateau. They called it Mount Dora. And then it grew from there, but it kind of kept that small town feel. The Windsor Tea Room really sums this up. So check it right now. It's a photo slideshow of the Windsor Tea Room and Restaurant. So you can tell we had a lot of fun there today at Windsor Tea Room and Restaurant. I highly recommend checking that out, which is just a few blocks from here. Really, the parking, as I mentioned in the videos, I would say the Donnelly parking garage is your best bet because it's often very warm here. If you want to protect your car, there's a lot of little lots around town, right in the downtown area. Check those out. We're right here on the end of Alexander Street, looking to the south. The main road in here is 441. Old 441 is a historic, scenic route. And take Lakeshore Drive from Tavares, even a more scenic route to Old 441. And you want to see some really cool, nice homes in a nice area on the way here. It's fantastic. So I want to move on with our tour of historic Mount Dora. And then we'll end talking about their festivals and why they are truly the festival city. And then, of course, I'm wearing my Florida Keys Festival shirt to shout out. And by the way, there's a little history here. Check out somewhere online, Netflix, 1981. Honky Tonk Freeway, all-star cast, pretty bad movie trying to motif after the Smokey and Bandit fame. We're talking Beau Bridges, William Devane, Terry Garr in this movie, and they had a elephant on water skis. They painted the whole town pink. And I'm pretty sure I saw this movie as a kid. That was filmed mostly here in Mount Dora, so check that out. A little piece of history for you. It really put them on the map and gave them funding to become the festival city. So it's a very important point in history. Now 40 years ago, hard to believe. So next up, I want to continue our tours of the streets and show you Alexander Street and show you, watch this video to the end because at the end we end this really cool British pub that we tried to do the show from there, but I wanted this great background for you guys of the water. But this is really cool. This is where smaller festivals set up here. The bigger festival set up on all the streets that you see in these videos. This is Alexander Street in Mount Dora. Our walking tour of Mount Dora continues. This is Sunset Park, a home to a farmer's market in the summertime every Sunday. You can check that out on the many websites of Visit Mount Dora or What to Do in Mount Dora. And more of the beautiful signs. This is Alexander Street, another than the main streets you can check out while walking around. It's not just one street. Donnelly that we were just on before the video definitely is the most populated for shops and restaurants, and definitely the most full when it comes to people. But Alexander also has the booths and great shops, the booths for festivals and the great shops that are going on. And next up, we're going to show you in a few seconds. There's actually a German restaurant around the corner. Is actually the main street up there that way. So some parking over here. So if you're on the corner of 4th and Alexander is a parking. And then I think the easiest place to park for covered is the parking garage on the end of Donnelly. Very popular area. And I want to give a closer look at the shop over here. And right down here, we're going to show you a little bit more about the Lakeside Inn, which is historic. But you can tell everything's done very well here, very quaint. This is called the Cooler Store. You must check out the Cooler Store. And plenty of places to stay in Mount Dora, near Mount Dora. We'll talk about that later in the show. Mask not required. They're closed. Sorry, folks. Damn. Cool stuff though. Something nice for your home. And cool place to hang out and have your lunch. Just kind of after lunchtime, some places are closed. Here's another spot, another lunch spot. Magical Meat Solution. Oh, sorry, Magical Meat Boutique Solution. Nice. Let me get it right. Magical Meat Boutique. It's hard to tell with that crazy lettering. Very cool. They're a fan of me because they have a keg right outside. Nice pub. We'll check out the pub. Oh, my kind of hangout. Fine old British pub here in Mount Dora. They even got a British. Hey, how cool is that pub? You know, Hartman with Irish background has to stop in an Irish-British pub anywhere he goes. That's what's funny about here. You go along historic shop, historic hotel, and rockin' Irish pub, a little hotel, German restaurant, you know, real estate place, Segway tours, in a very cool place called Serendipity that serves amazing beers from all over Florida. There's a nice mix. Beyond that is an Indian restaurant, which you'll see in the next tour, which I'll queue up here in a second. But thank you for being here. Some more background of this hotel here. I'm going to give you a video tour of this hotel in about 10 minutes in the fee, so stay tuned for that. This is probably the highlight of Mount Dora, is this hotel, because it was built when the town was very new, maybe 10 years old in the 1870s. And in 1870s in Florida, that's like historic Florida. I mean, that's like brand new. Like where I'm from, Connecticut, my dad's office was 300 years old, but you don't have that in Florida. Like Miami's only 100 years old. So keep that in mind. The water view, we had to change because of the lighting. When we set this up at 4 o'clock today, the lighting has changed since then, so I got a little darker to start the show, hence we shifted our background. The two buildings behind me are built in 1929. The building I'm looking at while showing the tour is 1883. It's the oldest hotel in the area. Highly recommend you stay here. We're actually in their restaurant. You can eat inside at their cool-looking, awesome bar, or outside in the front porch area where a lot of people are enjoying their night. So next up, continue the tour. I'll go right into 5th Street, and then one of the places I pass, Serendipity Brews, is a brew pub where I'm going to actually do an interview. Corey, who is an awesome, bartender there, and it's really cool. So first up, this is 5th Street, the main downtown you come to, the main thoroughfare, the busiest downtown. And keep in mind, during festival time, this place is hopping, and most of these streets are kind of closed off, and there's all craft and vendors in those streets. This is 5th Street, Mount Dora. Here in Mount Dora, David Hartman doing a walking tour for you guys. This is the main street here in Mount Dora. You got 5th Ave, corner of 5th and Alexandra. These are full of festival booths. Come festival time, no festival this weekend, but a concert, as I mentioned tonight. Artemis Pyle. And both sections, wherever you walk, boutique restaurants. Down there's a German restaurant. Looks awesome. You just saw there's a British pub, the Magical Boutique and British Pub. Walk behind this car here. Even the realty sign's historic. Got Segway tours on the left. Just saw some Segway tours, and that goes right down towards the Lakeside Inn. And then on the right side over there, there's a cool hot dog place and the German restaurant. A German influence up here. And 5th, I would say, is the main street, and Donnelly and Alexander are offshoots, but you can tell this has that kind of old school feel. Give you a high view. An Indian restaurant here. Looking at a little brew pub area. That's fantastic. We'll just walk down 5th Street. Indian restaurant. That's diversity. Plenty of place to park. We've already passed 2 parking lots. Obviously, come festival time, get here early. Probably park a little farther away, but everything's walking distance. It's such a quaint area. That park on the left, that's a big part of, I know for the crafts fair, they put a lot of the crafters booths in those areas, their kiosks. temporary tents. Sappers Tactical Supply. Something for everybody. This is the busiest road, 5th, because it's a main thoroughfare that crosses through from Old 441 to the residential part of the area. But enjoy as we walk down the different shops of 5th. Here in Mount Dora, Florida, the festival city. And again, no festival this weekend, but concert tonight, and we'll be at it. Watch out for that live stream. And they even have a nice little shop. Aw, sweet. Something for everybody. Hey, if you want to purchase here, here's real estate. I wonder what's going over here, because that's a New Orleans style balcony right there, like French Quarter, Bourbon Street, but it's empty right now. We'll see what goes in. Hopefully not apartments. Very cool. The tour can. So that's the main street in Mount Dora, 5th Street, and we're going to actually then show a video of one of the places I went into right after I filmed that tour of 5th Street is Serendipity Brews. And producer Bonnie had scoured it as a place to do the show. They actually would allow me to show them. They're actually playing live music right now, which wouldn't have worked. But they had a great venue. But also, I wanted this place here. And if Bonnie's ready, we'll show you the view since we keep holding back. We're on our steady cam, so we are going to show you the view because the lighting won't be on me because I had to change. And here we go. There's the awesome view. Hello, I'm still here. Just kidding. So that's the view from your hotel room. If you stay, there's 10 rooms in the main room, built 1883. Lakeside Inn in Mount Dora, and those 2 buildings on either side, 1929, dedicated by Calvin Coolidge. Stayed here for a month, and when dedicated a famous place called the Babcock Tower. Bach Tower. The Bach Tower in Lake Wales, south of here. The 2 historic things that were built here. So that's the view you get, and there's a lot of activities on the lake. It's a big part of the community here. And there's a lighthouse we don't have a picture of. We didn't get down there today because we had to scramble around and stay in town and get footage. It is the only inland lighthouse, only lighthouse in Florida. So imagine that. So next up is Serendipity, and Corey had a great interview with him. But check out this place and their amazing diversity of brews right on 5th Street in Mount Dora. So we're on 5th Street here in Mount Dora, Florida, the festival city. And the hidden gems you find. We just met Corey from Serendipity Brews, and look at the beer selection they get. We're going to talk to him right now. This is right in the center. And he knows a lot of the brewers that we know from South Florida. Cool little place. I'll do my show here, but I can't be here because they have entertainment tonight. So they have music right there. Very boutique place. Cool taps. Snacks. And check out this selection. Those of you from South Florida, where I live, in the Keys. A lot of companies you recognize. Let's talk to the man. Corey, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Fantastic. How many beer selections do you have here?
So right now on tap, we always carry 14 on tap, and we usually have 150 in the cooler.
Wow.
Yeah.
And are they all local brews or?
So not all local. They come from anywhere from up New York. We'll get things from like California. Like we're kind of a hype beer store. So we try to keep like the best beers. There's an app called Untapped that keeps you in line.
Untapped, yes. No, well.
And then everything on our board, we do try to keep local as possible, just to help the local breweries, especially during COVID when everybody got hit. We wanted to keep that as local as possible. Plus, people appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate the beer selection. And the name of the place again is?
Serendipity Brews.
And how they find out about you online?
You can go to @Serendipity Brews. We have an Instagram, we have a Facebook. That's the best way to find out what's going on. We've got all kinds of events going on. We always have a calendar. We need to replace it right now, but always live music, always karaoke, trivia. We also do our own bar crawls. We just had an 80s prom night. It was excellent. It was hilarious. And you can see the pictures of those as well. Every event and everything we do, we have pictures of, and it's a blast.
And what's the address here on 5th Street?
I think it's 144, yeah.
144 5th Street, right in Mount Dora, Florida. And we're back to the show. Yeah. Thanks, Corey.
Yeah, no problem.
So that's Serendipity Brews here right in Mount Dora on 5th Street. And look at the diversity of beers. They're also a coffee shop during the day. And they're anytime they have beers, and they have live music, and they're open until midnight most days. because that's the kind of city you're hanging out in. So give them the flavor of the different type of businesses here and the things you can experience in Mount Dora. And of course, we're in the first place in Mount Dora you should be at, which is the Lakeside Inn right here on Lake Dora. And it's an amazing place to stay. And this is where I recommend staying when you come here. So speaking of which, I do want to give a tour of this awesome place built in 1883. This little video I did when we first came here. It's kind of cool, but since I've been doing the show and showing you guys these videos, there's people checking in right in front of me. And then Lynn, I just saw in the window waving to me. Lynn was very helpful and gave me the whole history of the place. And this is truly, I'm staring actually their National Registry of Historic Places. It's an amazing place to hang out and stay. So actually, I got a cheat sheet to preview this. I think I covered most of it. They actually have rooms inside there named for certain people. Again, 10 rooms in this main hotel. That should be your preference for request. And then 78 rooms in the 2 adjoining buildings. And then the Garrett House, when you walk in, is actually a separate building that's painted like the hotel, but that's actually a settler's house, one of the original settlers here, and that has its own history, and that's now a big gift shop that's run separate from the hotel, but it's part of the grounds here. And behind me, you'll see in the video, is a pool bar and a pool, so check that out. It's a really cool property right on Lake Dora and a great place to hang out. And literally, it's right off Alexander Street in that British pub I just showed you. So check it out right now, my little video of Lakeside Inn at Mount Dora. Tour of Mount Dora, Florida continues. We're at Lakeside Inn, but on the way in is the Gatehouse. Wonderful gift shop, and one of the historic buildings here, but one of the first settlers of Mount Dora back in the 1870s. And I love that little sculpture out front. We just came down Alexander Street, right by the Magic Boutique and Pub. And this is a very historic inn. 1883 main building, and the buildings on the right are dedicated in 1929 by Calvin Coolidge himself, before he dedicated the Bach Tower down in Lake Wales, Florida. He spent a month here. But in 1883, it was just this building, part of the historic town of Mount Dora, founded 10 years previously. And we're also going to take a walk inside. And the view is amazing. They have a golf course nearby, lots of activities. There's a pool bar. Right down there. Hello, pool bar guy. Look at that view of Lake Dora. Plenty of excursions to go on. And let's check out the lobby. 88 rooms total. Let me show you off the awesome porch. It's almost like the Grand Hotel. I just had clients at the Grand Hotel. You can have meals out here. Enjoy the amazing view. On this side they actually have rocking chairs. Fantastic. It's a registered historic place. Check out this lobby. This is the original building. Over 140 years old. Beautiful. Great place to chill. Here's our friend Lynn. Here's Thermain's, the main bar. So cool. Piano music starts at 6 most evenings. I want to show you the main dining room, which is gorgeous. All these rooms are historic with names. Even the carpet feels historic. Gorgeous dining room. And after the show, before the concert, we'll be hanging out in Thermain's. Now back to the show. This hotel should be called How Cool. Like, how cool is that porch? How cool is this, the design of the building being historic? And again, in Florida, our history here is much shorter than where I grew up, but it's still awesome. I mean, how cool is the lobby? How cool is that bar? We're going to hang out there after you have a light snack. And that dining room, and all historic rooms. And this is the original building we're sitting at right now. When I envisioned this show and researched it during this week, this is where I wanted to do it. But there was problems with connectivity, and this one table gave me enough connection, both laptop and the phone, to do it. So I was very happy to do it here. And trust me, in this town, streaming is not easy. Cell connectivity is not the best, and Wi-Fi. They don't believe in fast Wi-Fi here. But thank you, Serendipity, their connection there. If it wasn't for their band playing tonight or the guy playing tonight, I would have done my show there because they're great people. I did have the ability to upload all my content there. So thank you again for them. Thank you for you guys being on. And please, as always, share this when you watch it, like it, and leave me a comment. I'm in the show soon, but I always go back and watch all my feeds. So what to do here? It's pretty obvious if you saw the show. Go back and watch the full thing if you just chopped down or watch it on rewind. Just walk around, shopping around. I'm going to end with the festivals in a minute. Where to stay? Lakeside Inn, right here. I'm staying at Mission Inn for a conference down the road in Howie in the Hills. Yes, that's a real name of a town. That's a great place too, a whole complex with golf, which is awesome. Where to park? Donnelly Parking Garage, which is all the way south when you come in. So that's off the main road. Come down 5th, go down Donnelly, and then at the end, you get a spot there, you're covered, you're secure. Florida heat's intense, even in the wintertime, so keep that in mind. And then there's tons of lots around town. Look for the signs. Where to eat? Gotta stop in the Windsor Tea Room. How cool is that? That photo gallery, that place is awesome. I actually stopped in there my first time here in 2013, not knowing where I was doing or where I was going or even thinking about getting content for a show. And where to hang out? Numerous places. This place is pretty vibrant. That British pub we showed you, the Magic Boutique and Magic British Pub, that place is cool. Serendipity, thanks to our friends at Serendipity. These are places that we can hang out. And where to eat, obviously the Indian restaurant in the Indian, the Windsor Tea Room is another one too, as we talked about. Really, you can't go wrong here. You can't have a bad experience because there's so much to do. But why is it called the Festival City? And as I close out the show, let me put up this moniker here for real quick and show you this one last piece of video I have. I'm going to talk over it. And there is some detail, so I'm going to mute this banner real quick. But check out, there's something going on every month. Not June, but there is a concert tonight. You hear the star of the show? I'm seeing Artemis Pyle, the original drummer Leonard Skinner. When I leave here, he's literally a block behind the hotel with my car in that parking garage is parked. I'll put the gear away and go to this awesome concert. The warm-up band is starting now. He's already on. So it's right in the park that's at the end of Donnelly, which is a great place to hang out, right by their historic lighthouse, the only inland lighthouse in Florida. So check out all these festivals they have. And I did put notes. This is from their What to Do in Mount Dora website. This is the most up-to-date website I could find. The Highwaymen's a famous thing in Florida. Storytelling, starting in February. Every month they have something going on. And even a month there's no festival. And this wasn't on my radar. I come here, I see some barricades like, oh yeah, Artemis Powell's playing tonight. I'm like, what a cool town. And they have a whole band set up. Its whole stage is going to be incredible. The Spring Festival is getting bigger. But the biggest festival they're known for is coming up, Blueberry Festival. Now some of these are more small and quaint. But again, we're here today on a non-festival day and having a blast and going to a concert afterwards. So if you come to a festival, keep in mind, get here earlier and find your parking early and stay put. Don't plan on moving your car. You don't have to. It's a very small town, very small footprint. All the videos I showed you today happen within a few blocks of each other. Seafood Festival happening. So I'm now changing my calendar around to come to some of these festivals. They look fantastic. Bike Festival, if you're into bike racing. And here's the big one coming up. It's the Crafts Festival. It attracts over 250,000 people every year, the fourth week in every October. And then the Plant and Garden Fair is in November. And they end up the year like everyone else with a good Christmas festival. Oh no, in November, I'm coming for this one. Stay tuned for a live show from this one. I saw this and like, I'm coming. I'm going to work it out. And then of course the Christmas festival. So that's why they're called the Festival City. This is a term I got off the internet. It's in Wikipedia when you read about them for good reason. They're mostly called because of the original Crafts Festival, but now they've grown because they handle festivals so well because they kept their footprint small. They kept the traffic down and they've really upped their parking. So they can handle festivals. They can handle one every month. And there's enough to do here for someone. And it's maybe a half-day festival like some of the smaller ones. There's still enough to keep you here, to keep you in the city for the businesses to kind of like be patron. So it's amazing. But thank you guys for being on today. I have to get ready for the Artemis Pyle concert starting at 7:30 right here, one block by my hotel, right by the park garage on Donnelly, one of Dave's tips. And as always, whenever you watch this, like it and share it, whatever channel you want. Follow my Fantastic Endeavors YouTube channel. And subscribe to that, because Enjoy the Journey playlist has all my shows in there. And I'll be doing more live feeds coming up this week, Sunday, Monday, from Walt Disney World. No mask required anymore in Walt Disney World. So check those out if you're a Disney fan on my Dave's Disney channels on Facebook. Guys, appreciate being on. As always, I'm here to help you guys. If you appreciate what I do, please patronize my fantastic travel agency. If you want to come to Mount Dora, I can help you with that. Just directly message me on Facebook. You guys have a fantastic weekend and a fantastic Friday afternoon.
Thumbs down.